3 seconds ago, your sentence was shredded into pieces, turned into a wall of numbers. Thousands, thousands of them for every single word, fired down a fiber line to a warehouse hundreds of miles away, and pushed through a machine so expensive it's cheaper to buy a house than one shelf of it. All you saw, you hit enter, and words appeared. And that typing effect, the answer crawling out one word at a time, everyone assumes it's a fake animation. It's actually the only completely honest thing this machine does. And by the end of this video, you'll never look at that cursor the same way. 1 billion people hit enter every week. Here's what's on the other side. 3 mysteries solve themselves in the next few minutes. Why AI lies to you with total confidence. Why this is the most expensive machine humanity has ever built. And what that slow typing really is, that one's the strangest. First, the model never sees your word. The moment you hit enter, your sentence goes through something called a tokenizer. Think of it as a shredder with rules. It slices your text into chunks called tokens. Short, common words survive whole. Longer and rarer words get cut into pieces. A made-up word gets shredded to bits. And this, by the way, is how AI companies bill for their product. Not by the question, by the token. It's the natural gas meter of the AI age. The shredder also explains a famous embarrassment. Ask ChatGPT how many R's are in strawberry, and for years it confidently got it wrong. Why? It never saw the letters. It saw the chunks. You can't count the seeds in a smoothie. Next, each token is converted into a long list of numbers, and this is the part that sounds like science fiction, but is just math. Words with similar meanings get similar numbers. On this map, king minus man plus woman lands you almost exactly on queen, meaning turned into geometry. And here's the part that should stop you. No engineer put that there. The machine discovered that kings, queens, men and women sit in a shape just from reading how humans use words. The geometry was found, not built. So your question is now pure coordinates, no words, no meaning in any human sense. And those coordinates are about to be used for exactly one thing, a single repeated act that explains almost everything people love and hate about AI. Here is the secret at the center of the entire AI boom. The model only does one thing. It predicts the next token. That's it. It reads everything so far, your question, plus every word of its own answer so far, and computes. Out of every token it knows, about 200,000 of them, which one most likely comes next. Then it does it again. And again. From here on, I'll just say word, close enough. Every single word you've ever seen ChatGPT produce was chosen this way, one prediction at a time, each built on the last. There is no plan for the sentence. There is no idea being expressed. There is a prediction, followed by another prediction, at superhuman speed and quality. And this is exactly why AI hallucinates. When it cites a fake court case or invents a book that doesn't exist, nothing malfunctioned. The machine did precisely what it always does. It produced the most plausible-sounding next word. Truth and plausibility usually overlap. When they don't, the machine can't tell the difference, because it was never checking truth in the first place. Confident nonsense isn't a bug in the system. It's the system on a bad day. Which raises the real question. Predicting one word takes hundreds of billions of calculations. Where on earth does all that math actually happen? Not on your phone, not even close. Your tokens travel to a data center, a warehouse, often bigger than 10 football fields, filled with racks of a special chip called a GPU. One of these chips costs around $30,000. And that's why you'll hear that a single new data center costs more than an aircraft carrier. Here's the part nobody guesses. The model is too big to fit on one chip. Your question gets a thin slice of a whole team of them, all firing together. And you're not alone in there. Your question rides through the silicon shoulder to shoulder with dozens of strangers' questions batched into the same part. Inside those chips is the model itself, 100 billion numbers, called parameters. Think of them as tiny dials. Nobody set those dials by hand. No one even knows what most of them do. They were tuned automatically, by trial and error, across months of reading most of the written internet. And for every single word of your answer, every one of those 100 billion dials gets consulted. All of them. Every word. And the electricity for your question? By the best public estimates, about a third of a watt-hour. A few minutes of an LED bulb. Tiny. But multiply tiny by a couple of billion questions a day, then add the chips, the cooling, the buildings, and you get a compute bill measured in billions. Building the model in the first place cost astronomically more, paid once, up front. Now you know why the free version runs a smaller model, and why these companies are laying down data centers the way railroad barons once laid track. Miles ahead of any train, betting the traffic will come. Which brings us to the strange one, the detail hiding in plain sight. The way the answer types itself out, word by word, that's not an animation. The model genuinely hasn't decided the end of the sentence while you're reading the beginning. Each word appears more or less the moment its prediction finishes. You are watching the machine think, in real time, every single day. The most honest thing about AI is the one thing everyone assumes is fake. So, 3 seconds. Your words become tokens. Tokens become coordinates. Coordinates become predictions, one at a time, on a team of $30,000 chips in a building the size of a town, burning a third of a watt-hour, streamed to you the instant each word is chosen. It's not magic, and it's not a mind. It's a guess, made 100 times over, tuned by 100 billion dials, so fast and so well that somewhere along the way it started to look like thinking. Next time the cursor stutters forward, watch it for a second. That's a machine guessing its way toward you, one word at a time, and getting it right often enough to rewire the world. If this untangled something for you, next up, how 3 seconds of your voice becomes a weapon. Scammers point at your family. Subscribe so it finds you.